as far as like rituals in the West, the only other thing that exists is kind of the Western occult tradition, which
Mm.
is I don't know much about, but there's Aleister Crowley's kind of the main figure there.
Mm.
Um, Complicated character.
Mm.
Um, not probably not the cleanest person, spiritually speaking, but I don't know. I can't speak to it. I can't speak to him. I don't know much about him, so I won't say much either way, other than he doesn't have a good reputation.
Mm.
Um, but he was sort of one of the central figures of this occult revival in the early to mid 1900s.
Mm.
Probably going back further of occultism and pentagrams and summoning demons and calling on the voices of angels to inspire you. And there are some ritual elements in Western culture that have sort of lain under the surface and are often called occult, which means hidden.
Mm.
You can't see them easily. You have to go in and learn their language. Um,
Mm.
and that, has some reputations. I think a lot of that comes from Crowley and sort of the reputation he cultivated as the great beast, as the dark magician.
Mm.
There's some arguments as to where that may have come from, but that's a whole other topic. But
Mm.
all of that is to say, like there is an element of ritual tradition in the West, um, and the Crowley version of it. I mean, Crowley himself pulled from Tarot, from Kabbalah, from old grimoires, from Solomonic magic of supposedly going back to King Solomon, so it's old Jewish magic. Um, he translated some stuff from the Taoists. He translated the Tao Te Ching. He translated the I Ching. He
Mm.
did some other stuff. So he was already very syncretic, very
Mm.
pulled from a lot of things.
Mm.
So one of the things he pulled from is this sort of Western tradition, but I wouldn't. I have not seen much in that regard that calls me to engage in it. We'll see. I don't ever want to. I always take care when I make these pronouncements of like, yes, that is not for me, because I don't know. I don't know where my path will lead me, but I don't feel an engagement with a lot of that stuff is safe necessarily.
Mm.
And the current my very limited understandings of the current culture around all of that work is not something I'm interested in stepping into either. It seems rather gone down a dark path if I were to, talk about going too quickly and not really understanding
Mm.
um,
Wait.
the
Mm.
fruits of your intentions. Yeah.
Mm.
But what do I know? I don't know. People have their own experience. Maybe it's exactly what they need. And I don't want this to be a judgment. So it's just you asked a question about modern, Western ritual, and I'm trying to lay out all the cards in my deck on the table and talk about them as best as I can. So
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think
yeah.
that was a good comprehensive answer.